Brandon Aiyuk doesn't want to leave San Francisco. He just wants to get paid. This is a direct quote from TJ Houshmandzadeh, a guy who mentors and trains Brandon Aiyuk, and as you know, a legendary NFL wide receiver. He joined Willard and Dibbs on 95.7 The Game today to kind of course, talk about this situation that's been going on with the San Francisco 49ers and Aiyuk, obviously, because John Lynch addressed the situation today to the media, and it's been something that we've been talking about. And honestly, it's been something we've been talking about since the end of the Super Bowl, and just trying to figure out, like, what is going down, what's going to be the outcome, and are we going to find resolution? And is Brandon Aiyuk going to be a San Francisco 49er for years to come? I think that's all what we all want. But I think we also understand this is a business and things can change in a heartbeat. So we are still waiting to see what is going to happen. But in the meantime, I do think that this was a reassuring piece of information from someone who knows Brandon Aiyuk personally and knows him really, really well. Take a listen to TJ Houshmandzadeh as he joins Willard and Dibbs right here.
Our guy, TJ Houshmandzadeh, who has worked closely with Brandon Aiyuk through the years. TJ, I gave an impassioned plea about an hour ago. Do not trade this guy. Do not. But what are your thoughts? If Calvin Ridley is worth $23 million a year, what's Brandon Aiyuk worth?
27.
Man, it's 20% better. Do you think that that the Niners are going to want to have two wide receivers making north of 20 on the same team?
It's the cost of doing business in the National Football League now. This is what it is. The salary cap increases, the players' salaries increase. I mean, that's just what it is. And so when you have good players, and John Lynch, pat yourself on the back, Kyle Shanahan, pat yourself on the back. You guys have done a really good job drafting. For the most part, you draft good players, you pay them. I mean, that's just how it works. You'd rather draft good players and have to pay them than draft guys and have to cut them.
TJ, you understand how this game works, and Brandon has put some things out on social media. It's clear that, right, he wants something that at this point is not being offered. The 49ers are also looking at it like it's April. We don't need to do this right now. What's your read on what you're seeing and hearing from both sides?
I mean, it's just a posturing back and forth. This is business. I mean, as a player, you just want it to be over with because, honestly, it starts to piss you off. It does. And you start to get frustrated and you start to do things that you normally wouldn't do. You may say things that you normally wouldn't say. And so it bothers you as if it's like, oh, y'all don't think I'm that good. And so as a player, you want this to be done. You look at it from the team's perspective. My job is to get you at the lowest possible price that I can. And so you just hope neither makes it personal. If they can understand it's a business, and when you're in contract negotiations, both parties should walk away like, BA should feel like, I probably should have got a little more. The team should feel like, he should have gotten a little less. That's a negotiation. That's what's going to happen. Both sides are going to feel like, but that's a good negotiation.
Yeah, and this one feels like it's going to be pretty tense because the value of Brandon Aiyuk is so much greater than the numbers, but the team can weaponize the fact that he's 31st in the league in catches as a way to maybe try to hold him down.
Yeah, he's 31st in the league in catches because he doesn't get as many targets as other guys. And so he can say, if you give me the targets that Justin Jefferson gets, I wouldn't be 31st in the league. And so you can counter that. I'm 31st in the league, but am I 31st in the league in yards? So just imagine if I had more catches, what I would do with it. And so there's always counter arguments to whatever they're going to argue. I mean, I talked to BA. He don't want to leave San Francisco. He just wants to get paid. Just very simple. He just wants to be rewarded for the work that he's put in. And, you know, the casual fan, I don't think they understand, man. Like, to be a professional athlete, man, you get paid very, very well. And I'd be crazy not to say that. But man, the type of work that you have to put in and day out, and I would do it if I was making that type of money. Just go work out with a professional athlete for 1 week. Just go do it for 1 week, and tell me, would you still feel the same? It's not easy. It's a lot of hard work physically, and it's tougher mentally because those days you don't want to do anything, you still have to go do it, and you're gonna push yourself every single day. I'm tired. I can't go anymore. Oh, yeah, you're going to keep going. And that's just what you do.
TJ Houshmandzadeh joining us, Willard and Dibs 95.7 The Game. All right, so, and that's no surprise that you've talked to BA, and it's good to hear that he doesn't want to leave the 49ers. But it's also interesting when you talk about the number of targets he gets. He's in an offense that runs the ball a lot. Does that bother him?
No. Everybody wants to win, man. Do what we got to do to win. Everybody wants to win. And then when you play well, you want to be compensated for winning. And this is what happens when you're on the winning teams. You know, the good players, some leave, some stay. But everybody wants to feel appreciated. And you say, we love you. And we want them back. You don't tell me, you show me. Don't tell me, show me. You show me by my contract, the status of my contract. But no, every receiver, I don't care who it is, we want more targets. Give me 15 targets, I want 16. That's just what it is. And so that will never change. Guys just want to win the game. Guys want to have an impact in the game. But we all know if he was given more targets, he would for sure have better stats. But when you're on that team and you have McCaffrey and Kittle and Debo, the ball's going to be spread around.
I mean, TJ really just explains it so simply and so calmly and rationally, and there's no emotions. It's just like, listen, he wants to get paid. And if he wants to get paid by San Francisco, but if you're not going to pay him, then he's got to go get paid somewhere else. That's how the NFL works, you know. I also love when they asked him like what number Brandon Aiyuk should get paid. He went straight to 27. It's like, that's pretty much what I've been saying. I've been saying the range is 26 to 28. That's a sweet spot to get Brandon Aiyuk paid. It's what he's deserving, and he should get paid that 100%. He should not be playing on a fifth-year option. I've said it all year. Be absolutely criminal to make him do that. I don't think the 49ers would force him to do that. I really hope they wouldn't do that. And when just, I think it would be best for all sides, beneficial for everyone, just to get the deal done and get it done now so we can put it behind us. Because if you just force him to play on that fifth year, it would be more problems down the road. So I like what he had to say about the number. I also just love the candid response of, he doesn't want to leave. He just wants to get paid. And I think that's fair. And he deserves to get paid. I don't think there's anyone you're always going to have someone who's going to be, counter or whatever, but it's crystal clear that Brandon Aiyuk is absolutely deserving of what he's going to get. And, I kind of also like what he said too, these situations can get ugly and, they could take a turn, but it's all about coming back together at the end. I think we can all relate to these types of situations, where things, maybe with significant others, friends, coworkers, even your own bosses, or, things can happen and things could get like spicy a little bit, but you come back together, you reconcile, and hopefully you just put it behind you and you move forward. And everyone's an adult in that building, and no one's gonna play games or do stuff like that. It's a business at the end of the day, and that's really what BA's been doing. He's just been playing the game. And I've said it all along, don't hate the player, hate the game. And I just think that's where we're at. It's just the process of it all, right? I think that's where we have the fatigue. It's like we get it. We get the game that's being played. We understand the variables that exist, and we understand all these different types of things. And listen, we have to be patient, and we got to wait and see. So the draft is still coming up. Um, John Lynch talked about Brandon Aiyuk today, saying he wishes Brandon Aiyuk will be a Niner for the rest of his career. We love to hear that. And you hear from TJ Houshmandzadeh that BA doesn't want to go. So let's get the deal done. John Lynch kind of alluded to like the length of time that it takes to get these deals done, and it honestly just wears on everyone. It wears on the fan base. Again, I communicate with like thousands and thousands of fans every single day, and now I'm heading into, I think, officially year 7. And so we've been through some contract negotiations, and I can tell you, it's just it wears on the fans who are just like, it's another added layer of just off-season drama that we already don't need any more of. So the hope is that this all gets squared away, we put it to bed, and we move on, and we pay Brandon Aiyuk. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.